So in my last video, I explained what mindset is and how it is the thoughts that you think that determine the actions that you take. But I think what I didn't explain very well is why having a one-on-one conversation with somebody can really shift your mindset permanently. And as I'm sure you all well know, all conversations are not equal. They're not all the same. They don't all have the same validity. I mean, we have conversations all the time, every day with different people. And most of those conversations are not very impactful. But when we have a certain kind of conversation, it allows our mindset to shift. So there are certain things that are involved in allowing this mindset shift to occur in a conversation. And the first is it has to be a conversation with somebody that you really respect and trust. And the reason for that is because otherwise, like, any conversation would just kind of, like, we would change our minds like every 2 seconds, and that's not really what happens. There are certain people in our lives. Initially, it's usually our parents, but as we get older, it might be other adults or other people we admire who show us their view of the world, and then we pick up the mindset habits from them. And as we get older, that might even be peers. But basically, the person we get mindset from has to be somebody who we think knows more than us in some capacity, so that we think adopting their mindset is going to get us farther ahead in terms of achieving our goals. So I want to explain that goals do not come from mindset. They come from our sense of self. They come from our feelings, our intuition, our desires, which is a completely separate thing from mindset. So mindset really determines if we go after our goals and how we go after our goals. So a change in mindset doesn't really change our goals. It just changes the way that we pursue them, or in some cases decide not to pursue them even though they're still there. So that's why, like, not just anybody could change your mindset. It has to be somebody who you respect and see, I don't want to say as an authority, but somebody who you think knows more than you, or you believe knows more than you. And oftentimes it also needs to be a person who we think has good intentions, but not always, because it also kind of depends on the way we feel about ourselves. So when you're out there in the world picking someone to get mindset from, it's easy to make a mistake and get your mindset from a person who is really not qualified to give you mindset. And a lot of cases that becomes our parents, because they give us ideas about relationships or goals, or what life is supposed to look like, and we might get mindset from there, even though it kind of goes against our core values or goals or desires. But mindset can really come from anywhere in terms of other people. Now, I know there's like this desire to just say, well, I can't find anybody who has the mindset I want, so can't I just kind of like dispense with the mindset coach idea or the conversations with others and just sort of find that mindset on my own and just like find mindset within? Because I know that's like one of the things about coaching is, the answers are inside of you, blah, blah, blah. I won't give the whole spiel because it's cliche. But the thing about mindset is normally it's gotten from outside of you in terms of the beliefs that you have that determine, the actions that you take. So yeah, mindset is thoughts that you think that determine actions that you take. But yeah, technically you can completely reset that without like an external person sort of guiding your mindset. But the thing is, if you're wanting to change your mindset because you have goals that you want to achieve, in order to really achieve those goals, you need to have an understanding about reality and about yourself. That makes sense. So, I mean, that's really why mindset is so invaluable. And what I help people with is I help people with the networking mindset, because without having that one mindset piece of meeting people who are completely different from you and can help you get like a broader view of the world and can help you to achieve your goals, without the networking piece of mindset, all the mindset work can just like take you down a hole because you're not finding those other people that you need to help you. So that's what I help people do, is get into the networking mindset, which, like, just explaining it, I feel like even with this video, I have not explained it very well. So what I would really like people to do is, after they watch this video, to just put down your questions in the comments, or if I posted this in some group, like put your questions in the group, and I will try to explain that to you better, because it's one thing, but it's so essential for everything.